When two people get close to each other, spend time together, share similar interests, and from mutual feelings, they get in relationship. We often associate this romantic relationship with love, respect, or sweetness. However, not every relationship is respectful and sweet. In fact, many people are in what we call toxic relationship. In definition, a toxic relationship is one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. It can be both emotionally and physically damaging.
The first side is toxic communications. For example, a toxic partner might bring up past incidents instead of focusing on current problems. Next is the lack of trust. When a relationship lacks trust, it allows for the process of development to harmful thoughts, actions, or emotions, such as negative attributions, suspicions, or jealousy. The third side is controlling behavior. A controlling person is someone who attempts to maintain control, authority, or decision-making power over other people and situations.
Fourth, dishonesty. Dishonesty in a relationship occurs when one partner lies to another. It usually starts from little lies that people think are harmless to something bigger. If your partner keeps telling lies, it can have a direct impact on trust. The more lies they tell, the less you trust them or have faith in their honesty. When your partner is always shutting down when you try to bring up what's bothering you, that's what therapists call stonewalling. Stonewalling occurs when your partner stops listening to you and say they don't want to talk about said issue, act unresponsive, or even straight up walk away when you want to discuss something of importance.
Lost relationships. People that are in toxic relationships stop spending time with friends and family, either to avoid conflict with their partner or to get allowed having to explain what's happening in your relationship. Lastly, power imbalance. It refers to the unequal distributions of controls and power between partners. If only one person had a final say in most decision-making processes, whereas another person has no chance to disagree, that's an imbalance in power. To give you a better understanding, here is an example of a toxic relationship. When Malia first gets into a relationship with John, everything seemed to be perfect and sweet. However, John is very protective of Maria. He feels insecure that she might cheat on him, so he stops Malia from dressing up and wearing makeup. She then becomes isolated from other people and emotionally dependent on him. She no longer has the power to say no to his requests, and he uses many excuses to pursue her. But what do you do if you are in a similar situation with Malia?
If you find yourself in a relationship where you feel unhappy or worthless, one approach to avoiding toxic relationship is to trust your gut reaction and pay close attention to how you actually feel. Here are some tips that can help you assess whether your new friend's or lover is likely to be toxic for you. The first tip is to be observant and assertive. You should observe how you are treated on different occasions. For instance, observe how your partner treats you when they are angry, how they react when you bring up a problem to discuss, or even how they respect your boundaries. If you see a sign of unhealthy behavior, be vocal and stay firm to your standpoint. Trust your own judgment and not be swayed by lies and excuses. If you find that your partner is at fault, hold them accountable. This way you will be able to maintain your power in a relationship. Next, listen to what you need, not what you want. Keep those people close who will tell you what you need to hear, and distance those people who say only what you want to hear. You should look for an unbiased opinion. Sometimes we get so close to our own experiences that we can't look objectively, especially when feeling anxious, when you're thinking of starting a new relationship. Ask a close friend or family member for their opinion. A person who can be neutral and has no self-interest is tied to your partner or relationship. A neutral third party may be able to see things about your potential relationship that you didn't notice at all.
The third one is focus on quality relationships. Many people are unable to adapt with loneliness, so they seek out any available partner out there. They latch into getting close as fast as possible. And unfortunately, these people end up in unhealthy relationships. You should take your time to get to know someone yourself. Spend time together to see whether you share similar interests, lifestyle, or values. When you slowly get to know someone, you can carefully notice how they treat people. With this, you can build a relationship with quality. The fourth one is surround yourself with the right people. You are who you surround yourself with. If your core values and goals are not aligned, it just causes dysfunction, chaos, and keeps the most unhealthy relationship in your life. Remember, you only have so much emotional capital to give, so make sure you are investing it in the right people.
5. Realize that confrontation is good and necessary. Many people perceive confrontation as rude and arrogant. However, confrontation is the only way that relationship will evolve and grow. When people have an argument, they might refuse to face it directly, ignore, or even pretend like it didn't happen. But this will only destroy trust and understanding in a relationship. Confrontation is about compromising to meet the needs of every party in the relationship. Therefore, it is critical for sustainable, valuable, and healthy relationships. Last but not least, keep your independence. Keeping your independence means that you have to keep your current circle of friends and families and making time to be with them. A relationship shouldn't replace your friend, it should complement them. When you are thinking of starting a new relationship, take advantage of your current circle of friends and lean on them for support. In conclusion, it is undeniable that getting out of a toxic relationship is not easy as it seems. Once our feelings are invested, people feel reluctant to walk out of that relationship. So it is best to avoid getting in that relationship in the first place. We have to remind ourselves and remember that no one deserves to be treated badly, and we have to love ourselves before loving anyone else. That will be all. Thank you.